Hello, everybody. So here we go with shout outs number 3, a spotlight. And as it said, I'm going to be talking about a Mankini. That'll be at the end, and it'll be something I need everybody's help with. I mean, every single person. If you got to make extra account, if you got to do that triple account, that quadruple account, whatever. But with something that's it's a call to order to all of you out there. But of course, we're going to go ahead and talk about some things that happened this week. So Scotch Down Under hit 300 subs on YouTube. Had a pretty decent stream for, I don't remember how long it was, but I know that I was on there for a while with him, along with his Australian buddy Simon and Cue Ball and freaking his wife for a little while, and then all the what to be the regulars, I guess you say, over there, in the chat and stuff like that. And then it was a lot of fun. And then the other one was the Whiskey Dictionary hit 50K. Congratulations to Bill. That's a huge freaking milestone. He's been around. He's been one of the OGs. So it's good to see that that he's got to that 50K. So I want to say the next person we got to get to 50K is Jason, Mash from John. But we just had his 40K celebration not too long ago. So so this week it's there's a couple Instagrammers that just have Instagram, the normal thing. I'm gonna start out with the individuals that only have one platform, and then from there I'll work through the rest of the list, and then I have a spotlight on someone that I admire, another person that I admire what he does for the community, the whiskey community, and just his community in general in Omaha, Nebraska. And then my Mankini update. So let's go ahead and get started with the first person on the list. And the first person on the list is Whiskey Throttle 1126. This is Ricky. Him and his wife, which I will hold on. His wife, Sharlee. They're on Instagram. They are Southside Dram and Whiskey Throttle 1126. They're the East Coast version of Sleepless Kimmy and John the Whiskey Neanderthal John, except for Ricky's a little, he's not as subdued in his personality as John is, the Whiskey Neanderthal. But they recently started doing whiskey hunting and helping people to get the whiskeys that they want to get without having to worry about secondary stuff like that. Just hunting and helping, and it's very much appreciated by the community. I met him for the first time actually on the Zoom call a couple weeks ago with John and Kimmy when they were doing a tasting with their pick. They seem to be really cool people. So he's at 950 followers now. She already has 1,017 followers. Okay. But there's no reason she shouldn't have more, especially for what they do with the community. These people, the two of them should easily both be over 1,000. They should be on their way to 10K by now. Just like John and the Whiskey Neanderthal and Sleepless Kimmy, because of their contributions and what they're doing to help the people they're helping. It's just one of those things where they deserve a lot more people following them. But he needs 10 more to 1,000. So when you see this video, if you're not subscribed, even if you're not normally a a person that goes on Instagram, there's a lot of creators in the WhiskeyGram on WhiskeyGram that have really great channels. They do really good lives. They actually do a lot of interviews with a lot of distillers, influencers in whiskey, and stuff like that over on WhiskeyGram, Instagram. But these two are part of that community, and they're big. They're a big part of that community, along, like I said, along with Kimmy and the Whiskey Neanderthal. So go check them out. So that's Whiskey Throttle 1126. Let's get into 1,000, and then Southside Dram, Ricky and Sharlee. And now we're going to go ahead and move on to probably somebody most of you know YouTube wise, because he's one of the masters of the blind. Whiskey Tango Hendo. That's Will Henderson's Instagram. He doesn't have a YouTube channel. He just is on everybody's YouTube channel, providing flights and screwing with people's heads. Really freaking great guy. He sent me some samples just because I mentioned that a Yellowstone pick that he had that I wish I could have got one. So he sent me a bunch of samples. He sent me like 5. He had like 5 samples hand delivered. And one of them was ASW Fiddler, which now I'm like I really would like to get some more ASW products. But so yeah, Hendo's at 369 followers. Let's start getting him let's get him to 500, and let's get him to 1,000. But let's get him to 500 would be a really cool goal to do, say within a week or so. That's 131. I know it can be done because I've seen it be done. So let's go ahead and let's get Hendo up to 500, and then we'll get him to 1,000. And now we're going to move on to she has an Instagram, but it's more of a personal Instagram. There's not really a lot of whiskey involved. There's just a couple pictures, and I'd rather not put her Instagram up. If you know her and you're already on her Instagram, then that's okay and everything else. But I'm not gonna put that. It's not a whiskey related Instagram, so therefore I'm not gonna push on it. But this is AdrianaR, Whiskey Mountains, also known as AdrianaR. Anybody that's been in all the chats, she is Adriana C. Rodriguez. And now she has her own YouTube channel. And it's actually pretty good. It's really, really good, actually. It's cool because she takes a Glencairn in a bottle, goes hiking, and then does a video, and then talks about the trail. And so she mixes hiking with the whiskey and tells you how it's different when drinking outside, and then when this last one, she's in the snow and all sorts of stuff, and what the differences are of like normal tasting to being outdoors and tasting. It's really super interesting. And then she has bloopers at the end that are actually really super funny too. So go check her out. Dr. Adriana C. Rodriguez. She just recently completed her PhD. I know that she was doing uterine cancer research in graduate school, but I don't know. I never asked her what her PhD was in. I would think that it would be it might be oncology. I don't know. I don't want to say that it definitely is, but go check her out. She's cool as hell, and her videos are great. So let's go ahead and move on to, she's at 41. We need to get her to 1,000 quick. Let's see. Oh, James, my friend James, the Whiskey Samurai. So over here on Instagram, he's got 146 followers. He's doing some bottle photography, working on that. He's really, he was in the industry, worked at a store and stuff like that. Unfortunately, because of a buyout, blah, 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 whatever, he's present. I don't know what his job status is this week. I know that last week it wasn't so great. But I didn't ask him when I actually saw him yesterday on Ken's stream on Scotch Down. Whoa, see. Yeah, excuse me, you guys. Freaking, but yeah, he's been doing a decent amount of bottle shots and stuff on his Instagram, and he's trying to get he's trying to do as much like photography and video work as he can. He's trying to get better at it and stuff like that. So if you have any help for him, like any criticisms or maybe something he might want to look into photography wise and stuff of how he's doing it, because I'm not I have some knowledge and I'm okay I'm pretty good at taking pictures, but I know there's a lot of people out there in WhiskeyGram that take awesome pictures that might be able to help him out. So so check out Whiskey Samurai. That's his Instagram. He's got 146. And Ken from Scotch Down Under and I had a conversation with him on a live a little over a week ago, and told him that one of his ideas was great, and that was Whiskey and Wheels. So it's Whiskey Samurai over on YouTube. It's Whiskey_Samurai on or at Whiskey_Samurai over on Instagram. It's Whiskey Samurai over on YouTube. But he just put up a 10-minute video, his first one, the other day. I give him some advice, some just things I picked out and stuff like that. But it's really cool. The idea and the concept just needs to be worked on a little bit more. And we've already discussed this, but please, man, he's got his first video up. He's got 7 subscribers, but let's go ahead and get him going. Let's get him that hunt. Let's give him that first 100. Let's give him that 100, 200, 300, and then we'll work him up and we'll get him up to 1K as he works. As we grow his subscribers, he grows his videos and his knowledge and gets better and better, just like everybody else that, when they started out. Same with me. But what we'll do now is we'll go ahead and move on to someone I recently I've watched him before, but I recently started binge watching him. Is this guy, man, right here, Jim Ingram, the Whiskey Novice, Whiskey Novice, one word, on Instagram. He has 1,385 followers on Instagram, so that's not where I'm focusing my attention at, because he's got great. I mean, he's just got great freaking production and everything else on his videos and stuff like that. So what I'm looking at is this, his YouTube channel. He's got 728 subscribers, 222 subscribers. No, 200 and I'm sorry, 62 subscribers. Right. Wow, I need to get out my fingers and my toes. No, I'm sorry, 272 subscribers away from 1,000. So that's, I mean, we've done almost that on freaking one person's live stream of people just going over and checking it out. So go over when you see the video, spread the word. Go check out the Whiskey Novice. Go subscribe to him. He's got great freaking production. I mean, he's been doing it a little bit over a year. Well, since the end of 2019. So I'll give him a year and a half. And from the very first video that he does till now, it's freaking amazing how much, like in 70 videos, or give or take with his lives, say 85 videos, how far that production has come. It's freaking amazing. But what I would like to talk about Jim is that it's, I don't know, it's his accent is also great. He's from Northern Ireland. He does his show from Northern Ireland. It covers Irish, it covers Scotch. His series now, he's got 3 episodes so far. And if you see the blue screens, those blue screens are called Back to the USA. And he does almost like one of those 18 beginnings to the videos where it's like shows 3 different characters that he's actually playing, but then they like all smile, lift their glens or their rocks glasses and just smile. Then it freeze frames, does the whole freeze frame thing. It's really funny. It's great. You should check it out. But yeah, he's that's Jim. Freaking Jim. He's got a great channel. But like I said, let's get him to 1,000. It's not that far away. So then we move on to the next, which is going to be SoCal Tram. These are Southern California boys, not too far from me in Orange County. They got 821 followers on Instagram. We're talking freaking 179 from 1,000. So let's get them there. All right, let's get SoCal Tram to 1,000 on Instagram, and then we can go ahead and get them. They just went over 500. Congratulations! But now let's get them to 1,000. Go over, check out their. It's what does it say? What is it? I want to say it's Brett and Caesar, or I'm sorry, Matt and Caesar. That's what it is. Matt and Caesar. They're in Orange County. They do reviews of all kind of whiskeys, scotches, all the gamut of freaking whiskeys, Scotch, Irish, Indian, all that good stuff. I want to say that they've been around like a year and almost a year and a half. And their production has also gotten better and better, just like everybody else as they go along. That their thumbnails are straightforward. You know exactly what you're going to see, and they're fun guys. So go check them out. That's SoCal Tram. And then, as always, all these the Instagram links will be in there, but you won't be able to tap them to link. Unfortunately, I haven't figured that one out yet. But all the YouTube links will be in the description of this video when I get done, along with a link to this Saturday's freaking live stream. This week's Mash and Metal pregame for Heart Buttery Rolls. We're talking about rock and metal of the 70s, and I'm putting out a collaborative list on YouTube Music for you people to add 70s rock and metal to. Doesn't matter who it is. It'll be a talking point for Saturday, and if not, I'll do like I did last Saturday. I'll go off the cuff with, but I have been doing a lot of like research and writing stuff down, so if I have to go off the cuff, I can. So that's SoCal Tram. Go check them out, and we're gonna move on to let's see who's next. The PodCask. Okay, so anybody that knows anything about anybody that's been that's in WhiskeyTube. I don't know about WhiskeyGram because I haven't really, I didn't really hear about these guys until recently, actually. But Will and the Grease. Will and the Grease are two polar opposites doing a podcast about whiskey. And Grease is the I call him the shock. I call him like the shock rock freaking DJ, on the radio. The shock rock, like freaking, he's just bam, bam, bam. Says says obscure shit, freaking, and he's just. When ADHD Whiskey was on there, which is hilarious to watch him, he gets along with everybody. Everybody knows, but. I think he should have just given the name over to the Grease because it should be ADHD Grease because man's off the charts. But he's funny as hell. It works. The dynamic works. Matt's the straight guy, and Grease is the mouth, or you want to whatever we'll call it he's the one that's freaking, like I said, it's in your face. He's freaking great. And Matt is also. Matt's freaking, I like Matt. He's great. But they got almost 4,000 on Instagram. the thing is that they just recently started their YouTube channel in the last, say, month or so. So,
welcome everyone to our second edition.
How about now? So here you go. I must have clicked the link and it went to a video. So Matt and the Grease, the podcast, they have 845 subscribers. Now, I want to say they only have how many videos? Okay, I mean they have. Oh, they did a bunch of Christmas videos and stuff like that for. Okay, so they got a decent amount of stuff up. They've been around for about. Okay, well they joined in freaking 2017, but they just recently came back, started doing doing their lives, doing their podcasts, their live cast live on YouTube while they're doing the podcast and stuff. So it's pretty cool. So yeah, go check them out. That's the podcast. Good guys. Let's get them to 1,000. They're really close. We're, like I said, 845. So 155 subscribers away from being at the top, being at the 1,000 mark. And I'm pretty sure from all the videos I see, they probably got their 4,000 watch hours. Yeah, and I do want to thank everybody for the fact that I'm almost at 200 watch hours and that I'm at 126 subscribers. If you want, all the links to all of my socials and everything else are in the About tab of my channel on YouTube. And you can get to that if you want to go through Instagram, if you're an Instagram WhiskeyGrammer and you want to go check out my YouTube channel, it will be my link is right there for YouTube on my page on Instagram. So let's see. And then this is the man that I really want to get talking about. His name is Jack Begadou. I hope I said that right. I really hope Jack's not gonna want to throw a bottle at me. But Jack Begadou, who is the Hood Sommelier, he's got almost 10,000 people he's got almost 10,000 people on Instagram, and he's at 2.25K or so, 2,250 subs on YouTube. Now, he started this channel in June of 2020. Okay, so we're talking 8 months, and he's got over 2,000 subscribers. He's a freaking amazing. His story is amazing. He's been in the States for approximately 15 or so years, just over 15 years. He's an immigrant from Togo, which is Western Africa. Speaks fluent French, actually has a pretty heavy French accent. For people that from other people I know, with his normal Togo accent from Togo, but the French influence, he's great to listen to. Really upstanding person, a big person in the whiskey community on both WhiskeyGram and WhiskeyTube. I don't know. It's really hard to describe how freaking awesome this man is. He does on Instagram. He does a show every Monday. It's 6:30 Pacific time. I'm not going to do all the other breakdowns, but him and Tim Van Riper, the Single Barrel Snob, they do a 2-hour show, 1 hour on each other's channel, and they discuss things in whiskey. They discuss life. They discuss. Jack's really good about when he needs to rant about something, about distilleries or secondary or anything like that. He's the man with, he says exactly what he means, period. And he doesn't care who likes it or doesn't. He tells everybody all the time, if you can't handle my opinions and you're a person that can't deal with other people's opinions like that, then if you don't want to follow me, don't follow me. I'll move on. Just like I said, great person. He's like I said, and he also does a podcast about immigrants. Him being an immigrant, what he goes through every day, like everyday stuff he deals with, and everything else. He lives in I know that he runs an insurance company because I just read. You can just type his name in and it comes up as he runs an insurance company. I guess it looks like a decent sized insurance company in Omaha, Nebraska. And he's really, like I said, he's not just into the whiskey community. He's into community in general, not just for people that are his own community in Nebraska and the human community in general. The man can sit there and not talk about whiskey, but have you just waiting for his next words, describing just how people should be treated and stuff like that. He, like I said, I would gladly call him a friend, but he has this saying that, well, okay, technically I am a friend because he gave me his phone number. So, but he says, if you don't have my phone number or I don't have yours, we're an acquaintance, but he has your back still. The man has everybody's back. He has some flaws, like he loves, Old Tub and Mellow Corn, glitter and candy. Those are like 4 of his favorite things in the entire world. That's actually an inside joke, and Jack will get a kick out of it. But I just had to. He was one of the people I wanted to highlight that people might not know. So please, if you've got any time to watch some videos, please go check out Hood Sommelier. If you have time on Monday night, 6:30 Pacific, that'll be 9:30 Eastern. Check out Monday Sucks, the Monday Sucks show on Instagram, Hood Sommelier and the Single Barrel Snob. And he's always doing little lives and stuff like that, or impromptu stuff. Right now, he's doing a series for Black History Month. He just talked to the head honcho for St. Cloud. He's going to be talking to the I believe it's called I can't remember, the Burrow Brothers. Yeah. So and then he did this whole thing about the history of Uncle Nearest and stuff like that he's done before. That is very interesting, and his take on a lot of stuff is really, really, really cool. And he knows a lot about a lot of whiskeys, even though he's really more of a Scotch head than a bourbon or anything else. But he knows just as much. He drinks just as much bourbon and stuff like that. But his love is Scotch. So go ahead and check him out. So that leads us up to what everybody's here for. Mankinis. This is a call to action to everybody on WhiskeyGram and WhiskeyTube. If you're on WhiskeyGram, I need you to go on WhiskeyTube. Okay, this is a YouTube video, so most people that will probably be on both. But the call to action is, I need you to help me to get Scotch Down Under. That's at Scotch Down Under, one word, on Instagram, and Scotch Down Under on YouTube. I need you to subscribe to to Scotch Down Under on YouTube. And I need, because myself, Cheech Ardolino, Jen Ardolino, and I believe Shane Long, we want to get Ken to Ken and his buddies Scott and Cue Ball to 1,000 subs before the end of the year. On his 300 subscribers stream, he and Cue Ball were on there with me and a few other people, and they said, and then Cue Ball had kind of brought it up, and they said that if they had got to 1K, they're presently at 307, I think it is. If they got to 1K before the end of the year, they would do a live stream in Mankinis. You know, the Borat Mankini. It was weird because Cue Ball already had one, but we won't get into that. But I have now made it one of my missions that one of the people I dearly want to get to 1K is Ken from Scotch Down Under. I'm sure that he regrets saying that they would do that, and it sucks to have that regret, but he's also a man of his word. So help me get Scotch Down Under to 1K. So that's the Mankini part of it. I mean, it's not like I really want to see it, but it needs to be done. It just needs to happen. It has, and if anybody that's ever watched Scotch Down Under, Ken, he's pretty much game for anything anyway. So, like I said, let's get that going. So that's the end of it's the end of the shout outs, the spotlight on Hood Sommelier. Please go check out Jack. And also, if I made any mistakes on anybody's Instagrams or anything else, please notify me so I can make the corrections. Jack, if I said something that was wrong, please notify me so I can also correct it. But and Scotch Down Under, I don't care what I said, I'm not correcting it. So let's go ahead and get I'll talk to everybody later. I'm going to go over and watch Mash and Drum stream, and then I'm going to do an after party or late show after Jason's done. So until next time, see you on the other side.